Welcome back to an all new episode of Wise Words, and I'm your host, SJ. Happy Monday and happy Pride Month. So, okay, let's talk about this. My mom lied about taking my sister to the hospital so she wouldn't have to pick me up and my brother from school. Okay, that is a really tough one. When I was in the 7th or 8th grade, me and my brother went on a trip with the fishing team with one of our friends. We told our mom about this trip days beforehand, and she agreed to pick us up afterwards. We leave on a trip and come back to the school around 6 p.m. We texted and called her to come pick us up and got no answer until 30 minutes later when she told us that our sister had an allergic reaction and she had to take her to the hospital. Luckily, our friend's mom had waited to see if we could get a ride and ended up driving us some 30 minutes in the opposite direction of their house. We pull up to our driveway and our mom's car was there and she was sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette. Woo! She tells me and my brother that she had got back from the doctor and we believed her. But only for about 15 seconds because when we walked into the house, our sister was sitting on the couch. We asked her if she was okay, but she had no idea what we was talking about. Turns out our mom was really at the casino spending all the money she had received from her boyfriend to pay the bills. Wow, this is something else, right? Okay, so obviously, the mom, first of all, I get it. Because one time when I owned my lighting company and I had to pick my son up from his dad's on a Friday, this customer that I had was my best customer, so I had to sit with him. And in those days, kids didn't have cell phones for me to call them and say, Cameron, it's going to be okay. I'm going to pick you up when I get there. I may be a little late. So, all right. So I was on the freeway going to his dad's house, and it took me an hour to get there. So when I got there at 6 o'clock, he was crying. What happened? Where were you? I'm upset. And I understand that, so I felt really bad. But I wasn't gambling. But obviously, your mom has some issues there, and I feel bad. And you have a resentment towards your mom. So in order for you to get over that resentment, I would suggest you do something like why are you resentful at your mom? I'm resentful at my mom. What happened? Talk about this. How does it make me feel? Like I can't believe my mom. What are the facts? Your mom went gambling. Okay, so maybe she's a gambling addict. Maybe she's an addict. She's smoking still, so there you go. And the reality is that your mom's doing the best she could. Okay, so she lied. I used to lie about a lot of things growing up because I hated my life and I hated the family I was in. And so, I couldn't tell anybody the truth about what was going on with me. I used to be a big liar. You're really lying to yourself when you're lying. So forgive your mom. She probably did the best she could. Nobody's perfect, especially us single moms. We do the best we could. Our spouses or significant others leave us. And yes, they do give us some money a month for our child support. Not very much. They do the best they can. But, and so do we. So it's hard for a single mother to raise 3 kids. Oh my God. Applaud her for that. Obviously, if you're in 7th or 8th grade, you're resenting your mom still. So cut her some slack. Give her a break. You know what? Go to your mom and just give her a big hug and tell her you love her, that she did the best she could. And, forgive your mom, because in respects of that, what will happen is you'll forgive yourself for getting angry. And, your expectations are very high. We are sometimes felled by our expectations. We have these huge like my dad always promised me a typewriter when I was growing up because I was learning how to type in my day. That was a plus. What color typewriter do you want, Sandra? A turquoise one. Of course, he never got me the typewriter, and I always expected him to get me the typewriter. He never got me the typewriter. It's okay. So eventually I bought myself a typewriter. It wasn't turquoise, but it was okay. It was a Selectric IBM, and that was a primo then before computers. So, and by the way, if you want to write to me, remember to email me at wisewords@jltv.tv if you have any questions. And I hope I helped you, young lady. I hope you'll forgive your mom. Give her a hug, give her a kiss. Don't expect anything, Expectations are the worst things to have, and belief in someone else. Believe in yourself, okay? Believe in you. And thank you for this question. What a question. I've had experience with all of these things, so I ought to know. I hope I gave you some wise words.